In the last class, we have completed unit number 1 of everything. And today, I'd like to take the class on unit number 3, which is very, very important for us. That is divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. Today, I'd like to concentrate on what are the different uh, kinds of recurrence relations which are being taking place for divide and conquer. So I'd like to concentrate on that. And then secondly, I'd like to also concentrate what is the general method, generic method for divide and conquer. So, and how this problem can be solved by using this divide and conquer. Any problem can be solved by using divide and conquer method. So these things are going to be concentrated for today. Okay. Then, so let us take the problem. Divide and conquer is always taken something like this. Let me go ahead with the paint, MS Paint, then you could understand very easily. So look at this. If any problem will be given, so the problem might be having these many number of elements. For example, so the one element two, so n number of elements are there with you. Divide and conquer is always suggesting you divide this particular list of problems or whatever the problem space you can. So let us consider this whole thing will be called as a problem space, and this problem space will be divided exactly by half. So half in the sense, so right away from like this. So it is, for example, I don't know whether it is exactly half or not. So this is one more half which is being taken into consideration. This is 1 2. So n divided by 2 and n divided by 2. So plus 1 2. So n. Okay. Like this, the problem will be gets divided. And if this problem is not supposed to be getting small, then again do the same kind of operation on these two subproblems. These two subproblems. If you do the subproblem something like this, then it could be considered as this is again half of this particular subproblem, and here, so this is again half of this particular subproblem here. Okay. So likewise, you will continue for several number of times. How many number of times you are supposed to continue here in the sense, as of this particular subproblem, if you consider this particular subproblem must have single element only, so single element with you. If single element is there with you, then you have to stop the problem. Otherwise, you shall continue the division operation continuously for several units of time. For several units of time, the operation will be gets continued. Okay. So this is the basic idea. This is the basic idea of divide and conquer. Conquer does means the word conquer. So conquer does means combine. Combine. Okay. Combine in the sense, after getting single element, so then you have to apply divide and conquer and each and every subproblem and so on and so forth. You have n number of elements are there. So yes, every subproblem will be having single element at this particular point. So you have to combine after solving this particular problem. After solving this particular problem, combine this particular problem into major problem, then you could get the specific answer of that particular problem space using divide and conquer. Okay. However, based on this particular strategy and based on this particular idea, keep this particular idea in our mind, and you have to come to this particular class here. Okay. So what is that particular point here? Let us examine. So here, if you have given a function, whatever the function it might be, whatever the problem it might be, whatever the problem space it might be, so given a function to compute n on n inputs, number of inputs will be n. Using divide and conquer strategy, what it could be suggest here in the sense, so it could be splitting into k distant subsets. So where k will be 1 less than k less than or equal to n, which is yielding k subproblems here. You need to remember this particular statement very clearly. Okay, so if n will be given to you, so as far as this particular so problem I have given here, if n will be given to you, if n will be given to you, okay, one moment. So if n will be given to you, so what divide and conquer is being specified? K number of subproblems. So subproblems. So these subproblems will be taken. K number of subproblems will be taken by dividing each and every stage at each and every stage. The problem will be divided into so exactly by half. So therefore, n will be equal to 2 power k. N will be equal to 2 power k. Then k number of subproblems are going to be took place here. Okay, 2 power k in the sense n will be initially n will be divided into n by 2. In the next stage, n by 2 will be divided into n by 4. In the next stage, n by 4 will be divided into so n by 8, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. So here you could understand one particular point over here. So n will be, for example, n will be equal to so some 16, for example, then it will be divided into, so in the first case, it could be divided into 8 elements, and second one is 8 elements, then followed by, so 4 elements, followed by 4 elements, 4 elements, then followed by 2 elements, 2 elements, again 2 elements, 2 elements, then followed by same thing, and again 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and so on up to 16 ones will be there here. 16 ones will be there here. Okay, in this way you can divide that. Where what is the value of k for n value equal to 16 here? Value of k will be equal to so 4. Okay, 4 times you may be operate a division operation, then n will be equal to 2 power k. That is n will be that could be so 16 is equal to so 2 power 4. So look at this 16 will be equal to 2 power 4 in the sense, if you divide so 16 divided by 2 power k or 2 power 4, which will be leads you 1. That is, if you take so k number of recursive calls or iterative calls, whatever it may be, so then what does it mean? 4 number of iterative calls or recursive calls, whatever it may be, a division will be gets operated, then each and every sublist might be having single element. So therefore, this equality is very, very important in terms of performing so divide and conquer operation here. That's very, very important for you. So however, so that is the point which I would like to make here. Then followed by, so these case subproblems must be solved by using divide and conquer, DAC. Divide and conquer is normally specified as DAC. Okay, using DAC, the subproblems will be solved. And after getting solutions for case subproblems, what you are trying to do, so third operation will be combine. Third operation will be so combine. Okay, then followed by after combining, so the divide and conquer problem will be always suggest you, it is always suggest you, so the problem will be always divided into so exactly 2. Okay, n elements will be given to you, then you have to perform n by 2. So n by 2 will be again divided into n by 4. N by 4 will be again divided into n by 8, and so on. So how many number of times it is going to continue here in the sense, n will be equal to 2 power k number of times. 2 power k number of times. Those many number of times it is going to so perform here. So for this particular statement, to satisfy this particular statement, let me draw one particular so tree. So the space tree, which is used to perform the same kind of operation in terms of this one here. So let me eliminate this everything. So let us consider. So your problem will be. Let us consider the problem will be P. P is the problem, and P will be divided into So two subproblems, that is P1 and P2. Okay, and the P1, P2, if a P1 is not small enough, that is a single element is not there with you, then it is going to again divided into, so P3, so P4, this is P4, and then if it is not small enough again, so it is a P5 and P6 here, P6 here, and so on. How many times it is going to done here in the sense? So, P, I mean, this particular problem will be taken in terms of 2 power k times. And after getting this one, for example, so this particular problem will be taken only, so k will be equal to, this is k will be equal to 1, this is k will be equal to 2, sorry, this is k will be equal to 0, this is k equal to 1, k equal to 2. So k equal to 0 in the sense original problem, k equal to 1 in the sense two subproblems, k equal to 2 in the sense 2 power 2, that is 4 subproblems, something like that. So for example, only 2 iterations is going to be enough for that particular problem, so that four elements can be taken. So after second recursive call, so the problems will be divided into 4 subproblems, and each subproblem does have so minimum number of elements, so that could be okay. After getting this one, so this particular problem and this particular problem, P3, P4 will be so combined to P1, and here P5, P6 will be combined to P2, so to P2, and then so P1, P2 will be again combined after getting the solutions of these two. So these two will be combined with P1, so that after combining, you got your answer. Okay, let us take the general method, then it is very easy to understand. Okay, then the control abstraction or general method. Control abstraction or general method will be the same kind of words. In our final examinations, you could ask you write the control abstraction of divide and conquer. Otherwise, write the control abstraction of greedy. Write the control abstraction of what is the dynamic programming. Something like that they will ask you. Okay. So general method or control abstraction, both will be same. So look at this algorithm DAC of your problem. Then here, if small of p, then so return s of p. Small of p, then return s of p. There is no problem at all. Else, if it is not small of p, what we are supposed to do? So we have to divide the problem into several number of instances, several number of smaller instances, until the satisfaction level of small of p. As I just before told you that p will be having one element. If a small of p, the problem p does have a single element, then small of p will be written true. Otherwise, it will be goes to, so else part. Else part is always trying to divide this particular problem p into so as many number of subproblems, such that k number of subproblems. So k will be always greater than or equal to 1. After getting, so this p will be small, I mean after dividing, then again immediately, so it is going to check about, because this is recursive call, so that it is going to so check for small of p again and again for several number of times. After that, on these subproblems, you have to apply divide and conquer so algorithm for number of times. So if you are supposed to operate divide and conquer and same, so this particular statement will be called as recursion. This particular statement is called as recursively divide and conquer can be operated on P1, P2, P3, and so on Pk. Okay, if a P1 will be small enough, yes, you have to return that. If P2 will be small enough, yes, you have to return that. If P3 will not be small enough, then we'll go for one more time for division, one more time for division, and so on and so forth. Okay, then after that, you have to combine each and every problem on a recursive call. You have to combine each and every problem on each and every sub problem on recursive call. While combining, what we are supposed to do? So we are supposed to do whatever the actual problem it might be. Based on that, you have to so combining it. Okay. For example, quick sort in the sense you have to sort each and every smallest element. Merge sort in the sense sorting again, sorting operation is going to be happen. And then Stressen's matrix multiplication. So matrix multiplication could be gets happen. So as far as the problem statement. And then a binary search in the sense you are trying to search for one particular element and so on and so forth. Many problems are there. So finding minimum and a maximum of that particular problem, yes, you can do it. So based on that particular problem, you have to apply, for so divide and conquer here. Okay. In this way, divide and conquer is going to operate it. So this small of p, let me give you some specifications here. So any sorting application here in the sense, so whether it is a quick sort or merge sort, either of these two sorting algorithms will be taken, and any searching in the sense, so binary search. So this one, all these three different types of problems will be always approaches towards a single element, If we take Stressen's matrix multiplication, Stressen's matrix SMM, I am unable to write completely. Stressen's matrix multiplication, normally one by one matrix cannot be multiplied. One by one matrix cannot be multiplied. So that this particular problem will be taken, minimum element will be 2 by 2 matrix. 2 by 2 matrix will be there, then you have to operate, so divide and conquer. And defective, so chessboard problem. So chessboard. So this particular problem also, chessboard in the sense, if you look into the chessboard, 8 by 8 chessboard will be available. Similarly, 4 by 4 chessboard also be there. Similarly, 2 by 2 chessboard also be there. But 1 by 1 chessboard, 1 by 1 tile will be there, then that is not called as a chessboard. So that here also, so minimum value will be 2 by 2. Okay. Finding maximum minimum. So this particular maximum and minimum. If you take this particular problem, so here also it could be taken one element. Look at this. Based on the problem, the sub problem could be continued for division until one element in terms of these four problems, until 2 by 2 matrices, four elements in terms of Stressen's matrix multiplication, or so defective chessboard problem. Based on the problem, small of p will be taken into consideration. Let us talk about one particular domain. That domain is sorting. If you take sorting, how many number of elements are there within the sublist? Single element. If single element will be there, then small of p will be returns true. Since it is returns true, this small of p, s of p will be having single element. If you want to sort that particular element, yes, it is already in sorted mode. Only one element is there, and sort that particular element in the sense it is already in sorted mode. Then combine. During combination, then if you take first single element and second single element, we have to compare each and identify the position, actual position of each element here. In such a way, the problem is going to be happened here. This is the general or control abstraction of divide and conquer. You need to remember this. You have to apply this one or write this one in our final examinations. Then, so to solve this particular divide and conquer, what is the computational complexity? How the computational complexity will be taken into consideration here. Look at this. This is the first form of recurrence relation. This is the first form of recurrence relation. So T of n equal to either G of n or T of n1, n2, n3, and so on, nk plus f of n. Okay. If T is small, what is the value of small here in the sense? Let me go ahead with second recurrence relation. This is actual recurrence relation here. This is actual recurrence relation here. So T of n equal to T of 1. If n equal to 1, number of elements will be equal to 1. Okay. Otherwise, in Stressen's matrix multiplication, n will be equal to 2 by 2. N will be 2 by 2. Otherwise, in searching or sorting or finding maximum minimum, n will be equal to 1. Okay. A into T of n by b plus f of n. A into T of n by b plus f of n, if n will be greater than 1. So here we are talking about these two, n will be equal to 1, greater than 1 will be talking about us in terms of sorting, searching, and maximum minimum domains. If you take Stressen's matrix multiplication or defective chess problem, n will be so greater than so r equal to, sorry, greater than 1 only, not equal to is not there with you. So greater than 1. This could be greater than 1 here. So that is what you need to remember. Sorry, greater than 2 here. So 2 by 2 matrix will be there with you. That is the very smallest matrix for multiplication or defective chessboard problem. So greater than 2 by 2 in the sense, obviously you will take so second value, second this thing here. Okay. So here, so what is the importance of A and B here? What is the importance of A and B here? So here A will be always concentrated. If you divide our problem, let us consider your problem is this one, and after some time the problem will be divided into two partitions. So A will be always concentrated whether you have considered so first sub problem and second sub problem as well. Two sub problems will be considered for doing or for getting the output or not. So if two sub problems will be taken into consideration, it will be two. Otherwise, only one sub problem can be taken into consideration as a binary search. If you take a binary search, so mid value is greater than the element or mid value is less than element. If mid value is greater than the element, left sub problem will be eliminated. Mid value is less than the element, right sub problem will be eliminated. Right sub problem cannot be taken into consideration based on the condition. So that is why if A will be equal to 1, so then so one of these sub problem spaces will be eliminated. A will be equal to 1, then one of these sub problem spaces will be gets eliminated. If A will be equal to 2, both sub problems will be taken into consideration to solve the problem. So that is the meaning of A. That is the meaning of A in that particular recurrence relation. And then where B, so B is a constant value actually. So B is always a constant. Divide and conquer is always trying to divide the problem into so two partitions. B will be always 2. A will be variated and B will be always 2. Okay, B will be always 2. So if A equal to 2, both subproblems will be taken into consideration for performing the operation, where A will be equal to 1, either of subproblems will be taken into consideration for doing the or achieving the output. Hope that you do understand. I will repeat one more time. If A will be equal to 2, both subproblems will be, for example, this is subproblem P1 and this is subproblem P2. For example, P1 and P2 will be, this is actually P, so P will be divided into P1 and P2. P1, P2 both will be taken into consideration if A will be equal to 2. If A will be equal to 1, either P1 or P2 will be taken into consideration. Either P1 or P2 will be taken into consideration. Both should not be taken. Okay. So that is what the point will be. And if you consider for the same problem, if you consider, so let me write using this particular thing. So look at this. Look at this. If you consider so binary search problem, binary search. So if you take the binary search problem, T of n will be equal to so T of n by 2 so plus f of n. I'd like to give you what is f of n here. Okay, I'm talking about all these recurrence relations for n is greater than so 1 or 2. Okay, for this one only. Remaining all other problems in the sense quicksort, merge sort, or Stressen's matrix multiplication. So then defective so chessboard problem, or finding maximum or minimum. So all these problems recurrence relation will be so T of n will be equal to 2 into, both problems will be taken into consideration, T of so n by 2 n by 2, so plus f of n, plus f of n. Look at this. It's very important to remember. Binary search will be always taken one subproblem into consideration. Second subproblem will be strictly eliminated based on the problem, okay, based on the element to be searched. Whereas quicksort, metsort, matrix multiplication, defective chessboard problem, maximum, minimum, everything will be taken. So two subproblems into consideration for doing the same problem. Okay. So these two will be taken into consideration while we are speaking something in terms of this particular problem here. Okay. Then what is the importance of so this f of n here? Why we have taken into consideration of this f of n here? So if you go ahead with previous so algorithm control abstraction here, so instead of dividing, so sorry, in addition to dividing, we are trying to operate two more extra operations. That is recursive calling of subproblems and combining. Recursive calling of subproblems and combining. Both will be gets operated here. So to take these two, both the different kinds of operations, so we have taken the complexity for those two operations will be f of n. Okay, f of n. So for these problems, let me go to this one here. For these problems, so it could be c into n, some constant value into n. On n number of elements. So you may be operate to quicksort. We may be operate several number of what you call comparisons, several number of comparisons while doing so this particular sorting. And the Stressen's matrix multiplication, we may be also perform several number of extra operations, and defective chessboard problems also do the same. And here also maximum minimum also operating several number of comparisons, so that it could be c into n. Whereas here for every particular time or for every division, only one comparison will be gets happen. So for the worst case, it could be considered as n. Here it is considered as n. Here it is considered as c into n. For every recursive call, we have to operate several number of so comparisons or exact number of comparisons, and some kind of also comparisons are supposed to be taken into consideration here. Okay. So then, sorry, I don't know why it is big opening. Yeah. Okay. Then, as far as the point is concerned, so you need to remember this control abstraction, and then followed by this particular. So these two, of course, it is not required. It is not that much required, but this recurrence relation is very much required while speaking something about the problems in so divide and conquer approach here. Okay, so this is very important concept here, and this concept might cover approximately 14 marks in our final examinations. However, so here T of 1 is equal to only one operation, because so while sorting, an element will be given, some x will be given for you. X is already in sorted mode. If you have x comma y, two elements are there with, then you have to apply for comparison and identify x will be first and y will be next, or y will be first and x will be next, will be gets operated. Okay, something like that. It is going to be so operated over there. So that is why you need to take into consideration, if t of n will be equal, t of 1 will be there with you, then immediately you have to write for so you have to write for so 1 over there, then you could get the answer. And however, you must remember one particular point here. N must be equal to so 2 power k number of recursive calls will be done. Then whatever the value which is being taken with n, so those many subproblems are going to be generated. Okay, k recursive calls are going to be done by divide and conquer. Then n will be split into one more statement. N will be split into so 1 1 1 1. If you are supposed to talk about quicksort, metsort, and finding minimum maximum. Otherwise, remaining problems 2 by 2, 2 by 2, 2 by 2. In that way, the problems are going to be so taken into consideration here. Okay, like this. So this is what the today's class, and tomorrow we'll concentrate on binary search. Already I have given binary search problem to you, recursive binary search problem to you in your assignment. So I'd like to explain how the binary search is being happening and how the binary search is going to be took place in terms of divide and conquer, and what is the performance analysis of divide and conquer using divide and conquer on binary search. So probably binary search will be taken two two classes, not exactly in single class. It is not supposed to finish off in single class. We need to take two classes to explain a binary search. Okay. So just wait for a while, and I'll take the attendance.